Chrissy Rose here, and I wanted to take the time out to do an unboxing video of my Chanel Dad Sandals. I have been trying to get my hands on these sandals for quite some time now, but as you all know, they hardly keep them in the stores, and it is kind of like trying to get your hands on a black jumbo Chanel caviar purse. Like it's kind of like you have to just wait until you receive the phone call, and then finally you will be able to get the item. And most of the time, you don't know how long that wait is going to be. And so I wanted to do the unboxing, and I also want to talk about the price hike because I think even the price of these went up from the last time that I remember, because I can remember when I had initially got on the waiting list to receive them, they were, I want to say, about $1,300. And then finally, when my sales associate called me and told me that they had finally come in and asked would I like to purchase them, the price was like $1,525 plus tax. So I think even it affected even these, because I feel like these are here to stay. Like these came out in 2019. They became really popular in 2020 once COVID came about, and now here it is 2021, and they still are one of their most popular shoes. So initially, when I reserved these, my sales associate was explaining that, you know, it's best to just go ahead and pay right now, because in that way it will kind of guarantee you that you will get these when they come in. And I was like, no, I don't want to pay right now because I might can find them on a website that sells them secondhand, and that way I would be able to purchase them and I wouldn't have to wait on them. Well, little did I know that the secondhand websites are selling them for like double the price. And so I am the type of person where I don't want to have to pay like double for something that I know I can get brand new much cheaper at a store. Even though sometimes like the secondhand sites will sell them brand new as well. Like people will get them to basically buy and sell them to secondhand retailers. But I'm still like, I don't want to have to pay double the price for something that I should be able to go in the store and get for like $1,400 cheaper. So I received the call literally 2 days before Christmas. I was not expecting a call from my sales associate to tell me that the shoes were in. I didn't know if I would actually ever even get a call, but I did finally receive a call and was told that they were in, and that if I wanted them, then I could go ahead and purchase them, in which I did. And so I didn't have them for Christmas, but I did have them on Monday. So the following Monday. And so I wanted to do the unboxing. I rarely have time to do the videos and to do unboxings because I'm so busy with my kids and things like that. But I did want to take the time because I felt like these deserve an unboxing because they're just so beautiful, very well done, the same as the Chanel Classic 2.55 flat bags. And so I was very pleased with the quality of these, and so I'm like, these definitely deserve an unboxing. So here we go. So these are just the dust bags that they came in, and this right here is the Dad Sandal. So this is what the bottom looks like. This is the only kind of like downside that I don't like about them, because I feel like they cost so much and you really don't have anything to protect the bottom. And so it's kind of like once you start walking on them, like all of this is going to like come off and get damaged. And typically for like all of my high-end designer shoes, I have these kind of like little things that I put on the bottom. Like I use them as sole protectors. They're really to prevent people from like falling on like slippery surfaces and heels, but they have kind of like a grain on them, and I typically will get them from like Target or Walmart or a store like that, or sometimes like they'll have them in stores like Nordstrom where you can purchase them at the counter, but you take off a little sticky thing and put them on the back, and they'll like protect your the wear and tear on the bottom of your shoe. But the only downside about these is because the bottom is so wide, and typically like the sole protector is like much smaller because the shoes that they go on usually don't have this wide of a bottom. So like putting them on here would kind of be fruitless because it's not going to protect like the remaining surface area. So really the only thing that I have seen some people do is like they will take them to a cobbler and get the whole bottom like covered and resurfaced to protect them. But I don't want to do that because I feel like it kind of takes away from the shoe. So I'll have to figure that out of how I'm going to try to protect the bottom of this shoe from wear and tear, because they are very expensive, and I of course would like to be able to wear them out, but I also don't want to wear my bottom down. So that's the only downside. I like what Bottega Veneta has done with their shoes, especially like the Litos, because they have like the little tractions on the bottom, and so they basically look like tennis shoes on the bottom, if anyone is familiar with Bottega Veneta's Lito. And so when you wear them out, it's kind of like really like in tennis shoes, and you don't have to worry about like your surface getting damaged or anything like that, which is really good because I think the Litos are like $1,300. And so maybe some of the other designers should take a note from Bottega Veneta when it comes to like how they do the bottom of their shoes. But let's take the stuffing out. Of course, they have a Velcro strap or a few Velcro straps with the Chanel, the double C's, interlocking on the straps. So this is what the inside looks like. It is Chanel, and of course this is the right shoe, and the left of course should look like the right, but I'll pull it out anyhow. Since we're doing it, we might as well do it all the way. And so this is the left and this is the right. So these are very beautiful grainy calf leather. I mean, I feel like they're worth their weight in gold. It's like you can just kind of feel the rich leather and know that you are getting exactly what you paid for. So I'm very pleased with my purchase, to say the least. And of course, now while I'm sitting here, I can talk about the price hike, because I know Chanel has hiked the price of their bags and a lot of their items way up. And I have like heard other bloggers talk about it, and I read articles on it. And so a lot of bloggers as well as like writers have been attributing it to Chanel attempting to compete with Hermes and the Hermes Birkin and Kelly bags. And I would have to say that I disagree with that, because if you have been following like what's been going on with Chanel in the news, then you will kind of like have an idea and have a better understanding of why they did their price hike and why they did it so drastically. And so what has been going on with Chanel for like the past year is Chanel has literally waged a war against secondhand retailers like The Real and What Goes Around Comes Around. So Chanel has filed lawsuits against entities such as those two entities, alleging several claims. One of the claims was that What Goes Around Comes Around had sold unauthentic Chanel handbags, and What Goes Around Comes Around comeback was that literally there was no way for us to know that these handbags were not authentic, because a former Chanel employee had actually stolen the authenticity labels and placed them into what I'm assuming to be like fake unauthentic Chanel bags. And so typically when you are trying to determine the authenticity of the Chanel bag. It is that actual authenticity label that kind of helps you to set them apart, because the numbers are written a certain way. So when you look at that label and you see the label, I mean, any person, probably even a person who works at the Chanel store themselves, would have thought that the bags were real. And so what goes around comes around. Their lawyers basically were hammering away this argument to the court, which is that Chanel is just upset because they really hate that we are selling these bags secondhand. And I agree, because I think what Chanel's major issue with it is that a lot of the times companies like What Goes Around Comes Around will take these Chanel bags and these Hermes Birkin bags, and they will sell them for like double the price. And so they are making like double the money that what these companies are making for selling their own bags. And so Chanel is like, okay, well, how can we stop this? Or at least how can we get a piece of the pie? And literally there's not much that they can do to stop it, because I mean, if people, I mean, they have the right, they have the freedom legally to sell secondhand retail goods. I mean, if they couldn't do that, then Goodwills and thrift stores all across the country would be out of business. So what goes around comes around, and the Real Real and all these other secondhand stores like Tradesy as well as Fashion File are not doing anything illegal by purchasing these items from sellers who want to sell them and reselling these items. So it's nothing that Chanel can really do to stop that. So what I am assuming is that they have come up with other ways in order to try to stop it. And some of the ways that, or at least some of the things that they have done is in other countries. I'm not sure whether in the US that they have started this, but I was reading that in other countries overseas, what they have done is started limiting the number of classic bags that certain buyers can buy per year. And they are limiting that number to maybe like one or two classic bags per year. And I think they're doing that because a lot of the times what sellers probably would do is they order two or three of these bags, keep one for themselves, and then the other two they will sell to Fashion File, and they can get top dollars for these bags, because sometimes you have to be on waiting lists in order just to get those bags from Chanel. So they would sell them to other companies such as What Goes Around Comes Around and Rebag and Fashion File, and would get way more than what they paid for them in the store. And so that is why now Chanel is like, okay, well, we're going to limit the amount of bags that buyers can buy from our stores, especially the classic ones, which are the most popular ones that people like to resell. And the other thing that they're doing is they raise the price, because I feel like they see it as, if these companies can get these bags and sell them for 7 or 8 grand, then why can't we do it ourselves? So I think that that is why Chanel has done their price increase. I don't think that it has anything to do with them attempting to compete with Hermes or anything of that nature, because what sets Chanel apart from Hermes in the first place is that when you go to a Chanel boutique, like, it's not rocket science on how to get my hands on a Chanel bag. If you come in there with the money, the Chanel salesperson is going to sell you a bag. Like, they want to sell their bags. There is not like no math or rhyme or reason as to why they wouldn't sell you a bag. But it is totally different when you go into an Hermes store. Like, they won't even pull a Birkin bag out for you to see, literally, because that's how exclusive they are. They will pretend sometimes like they don't even have the bag in stock, but if you are a certain buyer or a certain individual, then they will go to the back and pull you out a Birkin bag and sell it to you. So that's the difference between Chanel and Hermes. And Chanel has not gotten to that point now to where they are being selective on who they sell their bags. If you go in Chanel and you have the money to buy a bag, Chanel will allow you to purchase a bag. So that is the one thing that I do like about Chanel, and that is what sets them apart from Hermes. And so that is why a lot of the times you will see Hermes bags that retail for $8,000 being sold secondhand by companies like Fashion File for like $22,000 and $24,000, and these are bags that you can go to the store and get for $8,000, $9,000, and $10,000. So literally, people who are buying these bags secondhand are paying double and triple the price that these bags actually cost at a store. But that is what keeps Hermes value up, is because they won't sell the bag just to anyone. Like you literally have to work for a Birkin. If you heard the saying, working for a Birkin, in the Hermes store, you have to work some magic in order to get your hands on the Birkin bags. But so that is my take on it. You can comment below, let me know how you guys feel about the price hike, or do you agree or disagree that it has to do with them keeping up with Hermes, or whether you agree that it has a lot to do with the fact that they are upset that secondhand sellers are selling the bag at a higher price. And so please subscribe if you will, if you are interested in the unboxings that I do. I have a lot more things to unbox. I just sometimes don't have a lot of time. I'm a lawyer by profession, so sometimes it's just kind of really hard for me to do unboxing of a lot of the items that I have, but I have some good stuff that I want to share with you guys. And so I will try to do more videos. So please just let me know if there's anything that you would like for me to talk about. Is there anything that you would like for to see? Because I mean, I have like a plethora of handbags. I have Birkin bags and things like that I will kind of do videos on and show you guys and discuss. And I have like a lot of like limited edition items that you don't see a lot of people talk about. And so I am going to present those items one day so that it can be a topic of discussion. So thank you guys, and I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and that everyone is going to have a Happy New Year.